Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on games and probability. Many of the popular games that exist today are heavily influenced by probability or chance. From previous videos, we may remember that chance or probability deals with the likelihood that something may or may not occur. Let's look at die, the word die or dice. Now die is the singular, that means there's one of them. This one here, that's a die. When you use the word dice, that means you've got more than one. So these are used in many popular board games. The die has 6 numbers and each of these numbers has an equal chance of being thrown. Let's look at the very popular game of snakes and ladders. Now here we have the red counter. So focus on the red counter, which is on the number 18. The red counter needs a 2 to go up the ladder. So if we toss a 2 on this die here, 1, 2, we're allowed to go up the ladder. There is 1 chance in 6 of throwing a 2 because there are 6 numbers on the die and there's only 1 2, so the probability of throwing a 2 is 1 over 6. 1 chance in 6. Let's look at this game here. Again, we're using a die to play the game. And basically the object of the game is to start here, and the first one to go to the end, you can either go that way or you can go this way. The first one to get to the end is the winner. Consider the yellow counter. Here it is here. There's the yellow counter. What is the chance that you will take an extra turn after the die is rolled? Now you roll the die and you need a 1. That is the only chance you've got of taking an extra turn. So we need to roll a 1. The probability of rolling a 1, that's what this means, P1 equals 1 over 6. What is the chance that you will take a shortcut? So remember, your yellow marker is here. Now what number do you have to throw to land on the shortcut? 1, 2, 3. So we need to roll a 3. The probability of rolling a 3 is 1 over 6 because there's 1 3 on the die. There it is there, and there are 6 different numbers. Consider the green counter, this one here. There it is there. What is the chance that you will miss a turn or move forward to the colour wheel? So either of those. So you miss a turn or move forward to the colour wheel, either of those two. Well, to miss a turn, you have to throw a 3. To move forward to the colour wheel, you have to throw a 4. So the probability of throwing a 3 or a 4 is 1 over 6 plus 1 over 6. Because that's the probability of throwing a 3. That's the probability of throwing a 4. That gives you 2 over 6, which is 1 over 3 in simplest form. Here's another game. We're racing from the start to the finish. Look at the red place marker. There it is there. What number do you need to roll to land on AIL? Okay? So, we're already on AIL, but what number do we need to roll to land on AIL again? Well, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the answer is 5. That's what we have to roll. What is the probability of tossing a 5? The probability of tossing a 5 is 1 over 6. Of course, there's only 1 5 on the die. Look at the blue place marker. There it is there. What is the probability of landing on any green square? Well, let's have a look. Remember, we can land on any one of 6 squares because the die has 6 numbers. So let's see how many green squares we've got. 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 green squares that we can land on. So the probability of landing on a green square is 3 out of 6, which is 1 over 2 in simplest form. This is another race. You start here and you finish here. You go all the way around the board. Look at the red marker. There it is there. There's the red marker. What is the probability of landing on a single letter? Now remember, you can land on any one of 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the last square we can land on. So let's see how many of those have a single letter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, that's got a double letter. So there are 5 squares. So the probability of landing on a single letter is 5 out of 6. So there's a very good chance of that happening. Look at the green marker. There it is there. What is the probability of landing on a square with a vowel? Now I'm sure you know what the vowels are. A, E, I, O or U. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the last square we can land on here. So let's see how many of those are vowels. 1, 2, 3. That's a vowel there because it's an A. 4. So there are 4 squares with vowels. So the probability of landing on a vowel is 4 over 6, which is 2 over 3. So this has been an interesting video which has shown you how to use a die in board games, and we've looked at the probability of landing on different squares.